All right, I want to thank everybody for joining me here today. And before we get started, acknowledge that we're holding our gathering on the unceded territories of the Shuswap and Huipachessit First Nations. I'm thrilled to be here today to announce that I'm running to be Mayor of Port Alberni. Deciding to run for mayor was not an easy decision for me. As I went back and forth, I thought a lot about the work that our council has done. I've been lucky to be a part of a council that has done good work and worked very hard for the community. I won't fault our current leader for the job that he's done, but as I struggled with the idea of whether or not to put my name against his, I kept coming back to one overriding fact. The mayor and I have vastly different visions for the community. I have a vision for a vibrant, welcoming, waterfront community that values all people and is able to find balance between good jobs and quality of life. I believe there can be a new way of doing business, a new set of priorities, and a new future for Port Alberni. But it's going to require a shift in focus. For too long, we've been looking backward at our past and trying to model it for our future. Port Alberni, like so many other communities, was built on a resource-based industry. We've all benefited in one way or another from those days. But now, Port Alberni, like so many communities have had to before us, needs to find a new path forward. The industrial days are not likely to return. The reality today is that Western Forest Products will never employ 1,200 people again at their Somas Division sawmill, and the McMillan-Blodell era is behind us. The world is a changing place, and if we are able to adapt, our community will thrive. We have seen Catalyst and Western Forest Products adapt to changing global markets by modifying their operations. We should see their work as an example for our community. My son would like cookies. As a result of these changes, they may no longer require the hundreds of acres of waterfront land that they once needed to run their operations. I see this as an opportunity for our community to start a conversation about who or what might take on those prime waterfront lands in the center of our community. Port Alberni needs leaders who see opportunity in change, who can lead us into a new future with new solutions. We should be working together to create a new vision and a new plan for these valuable waterfront assets. We must decide today what we want our community to look like, because the decisions we're making today will impact what our community looks like for our children. I believe quality of life needs to take a much higher priority in these conversations than it has in the past. Today, more than ever, it's not enough just to create jobs. If we fail to see the value of creating a community people want to live in, people will be happy to work here and live elsewhere. We absolutely must support the creation of new jobs, but that's not enough anymore. So we need to be having a conversation about how we can support new and existing industries in a way that also balances that quality of life. That means supporting smaller or different types of industries that could be developed to provide good jobs here. It means putting plans in place for small businesses and making sure our commercial storefronts are maintained in a way that makes them suitable for new businesses to open in. And it means enhancing our waterfront so that it can attract developers, entrepreneurs, and artisans to invest. Trying to fit the model of the past into a changing future will continue to leave Port Alberni exposed to global economic risks that are outside of our ability to control. We must adapt to the future, and with the right leadership in place, I know that we can. So I believe it's time to recognize that our future will not look exactly like our past, and that's okay. With good planning and strong leadership, we can create a bright future for this community. A future where people choose to live in Port Alberni, where economy and livability do not need to compete, where good jobs and environmental sustainability go hand in hand, where small businesses thrive and our storefronts are full, and where we put value on building the relationships needed to move forward large projects like a new aquatic center. But we need to set out on an intentional path and commit to staying the course, even if the results of that course outlive our own time on council. I believe our community needs a strong, collaborative, and innovative leader paired with the right team to create the vibrant, welcoming waterfront community we all know we can be. I am that leader, and I will be your voice. So in October of this year, I will be asking for your support and your vote as Mayor of Port Alberni. Together, we can create a shift in focus and build a new future for Port Alberni. Thank you.
of applause for Sharie.